What are the best UX writing books? Well, in this video, we're going to dive into that more. And hey there, my name is Josh. I have over 10 years of experience in technical writing and UX writing. I'm also the founder of Technical Writer HQ. And before we dive into the video, take a moment to subscribe to our channel. And that way, you won't miss any of our future videos on how to become a great technical writer and UX writer as well. Now, let's go ahead and get started. So creating a meaningful and relevant user experience for your website, app, and other digital products is essential, to say the least, to their success. And as a UX writer who is part of the UX design team, it's up to you to play your part in creating a user experience that helps your users achieve their goals. And UX writing books can help you do just that. UX writing books are a great way to improve your skills as a UX writer and learn new processes and techniques that you can use to improve the user experience. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the best UX writing books so you know where you can get a head start. The first book I recommend is Strategic Writing for UX by Torrey, Podmajersky, who brings a wealth of experience having worked in education, content design, content strategy, and UX. Torrey has worked at several startups at Microsoft and is currently a senior UX writer at Google. And the first thing that Torrey emphasizes is that as a UX writer, you must satisfy the goals of the organization and the users. Another thing that Torrey emphasizes is that the words of a UX writer are not for consumption, but to help people achieve what they want. In her own words, our words aren't there to be read, savored, and appreciated, but to pass unremembered while they help somebody to the thing they want. Consistency is extremely important for user interface elements as well. And Torrey proposes a voice chart that you can use to help you to achieve consistency of tone and develop a consistent user experience. In addition to teaching about different aspects of UX writing, Torrey also shares methods you can use to measure the effectiveness of your UX content. And overall, the book shares excellent advice on applying UX principles at a very granular level. And the next book now that we have on the list is Writing is Designing by Michael Metz and Andy Welfle. Michael Metz teaches teams and individuals how to build better products and services through design. He currently works as a principal content designer for Expedia Group. And Andy Welfle is a content designer who has worked at Facebook. Currently, Andy is leading a content design team at Adobe. And the book's main thesis is that writers are designers and writing is part of the design process. The authors want the readers to understand that words shouldn't come as an afterthought. Rather, UX writers should create words along with the rest of the user experience. And the authors show you how words affect product design, teach you how to think about strategy and research, write for clarity, and collaborate with your team. With the wealth of information that they share, Andy and Michael don't just help you write better, they help you design better products. And the third book on this list is Storytelling and Design by Dahlström. Anna is a UX designer, speaker, and author who helps individuals, teams, and companies with user experience and storytelling. Stories are a part of every human culture. They spark our imaginations and leave us spellbound. Almost nothing is as powerful as the power of a story. And it's for this very reason that we use stories as part of the process of making and selling products. And Storytelling and Design is a practical guide that shows you how storytelling can make a powerful difference in product design. By applying tried and tested principles from film and fiction to the context of design and business, you'll learn to create great product experiences and how to use storytelling to get buy-in and improve your presentation skills. Some topics covered in the book include the importance of storytelling, the anatomy of a great story, storytelling for product design, storyboarding for product design, and how to present and share your story. Next, we have Laws of UX by Jon Yablonski. And this is a guide to using psychology and user experience design. Jon Yablonski is a digital designer and a senior product designer at General Motors. The author's main premise here is that instead of forcing users to conform to a product design or experience, designers need to learn how users behave and interact with various digital interfaces. The author wrote this book to make the laws of psychology accessible to designers, specifically designers that don't have a background or knowledge of psychology or behavioral science. The book contains a list of curated laws of psychology that are relevant to digital product design. And the author explains each law, provides some examples of designs that follow it, and explains situations where it might be desirable to break the norm. The next book on the list is Conversational Design by Erika. Erika is a research and information design expert and leads her own design studio. In conversational design, Erika focuses on making digital systems feel less robotic and more real. She emphasizes that conversation is the best model for creating device-independent, human-centered systems, regardless of whether you work with an interface or visual design, front-end technology, UX writing, or content design. And Erika encourages readers first to imagine and write the conversation with the user as if there were no interface, to then use this conversation as a guide for the rest of the design. And some of the topics covered in the book include the human interface, the principles of conversational design, putting principles into practice, and the power of personality. The next book on the list is Content Everywhere by Sara Wachter-Boettcher. Sara manages a content strategy consultancy and helps clients build meaningful and future-ready strategies. And Sara wants writers to develop a mindset that will help them develop future-proof content. So that means content that works across different channels and platforms and often is evergreen. Sara advocates the use of structured content, and one of the main benefits of structured content is that it is modular and you can use different presentation rules in order to display the content on different platforms. And Sara takes you through the process of understanding and modeling your existing content, the content concepts and types, and identifying all the necessary elements in a content type. She then takes you through the process of creating a new model designed to configure content so it better serves your business needs. And then we have Nicely Said, which is an excellent choice for writers who want to learn about web copy. The authors are Nicole Fenton, who is a product writer, researcher, and senior content strategist at Nava, and Kate Lee, who is also a content strategist and is currently head of communications and corporate affairs at MailChimp. The authors offer tips and advice for writing compelling web copy, and according to the authors, companies sometimes focus so strongly on the content that they forget about the users who will interact with the content. The authors advocate thinking about content as a part of a conversation, and the authors contend that this approach will help content creators communicate clearly with users and bring warmth into the writing. The book contains real-world examples and interviews with people who implement these ideas daily. And the next book we have on the list is 100 Things Every Designer Needs to Know About People by Susan Weinschenk. Susan has a PhD in psychology and is the founder and chief behavioral scientist at the Team W Inc. Susan aims to teach you about your users so that you will be able to design apps, software, websites, and products that are intuitive and engaging and match the way people think, decide, and behave. The book combines real science and research with practical examples to deliver a guide every designer needs. And the book contains detailed sections on how people see, read, remember, think, and focus attention, what motivates them, how people feel, and how they decide. And these insights into psychology will help you improve your UX writing and design products that appeal to and are useful for your users. And good content design is all about understanding user needs. And the best way to understand user needs and create content to satisfy those needs is through research. And in Just Enough Research, Erika Hall distills her experience into a guidebook of trusted research methods you can implement right away. And the book will help you learn how to discover your competitive advantages, spot your own blind spots and biases, understand and harness your findings, and why you should never hold a focus group. Topics covered in the book include research basics, the research process, organizational research, customer and user research, competitive research, surveys, analysis, and analytics. So there's a lot there. Now, the last book on the list is Everybody Writes by Handley. Anne is a pioneer in digital marketing and author of several leading books on content marketing. She's currently the Chief Content Officer at Marketing Profs, which stands for Marketing Professors. Anne has written Everybody Writes for anyone who wants to learn how to write well. Her main message is that anyone can learn to write well, and she teaches that you must be clear about your goal before you write. And don't go for perfection. If the first draft is ugly, you can always edit and improve it. Another thing that Anne stresses is that to grab the reader's attention, you must place the most important words at the start of each sentence. In addition to these gems, Anne also shares a clear and proven writing process that you can use, how to create your brand voice, and strategies for telling original stories. And there are many wonderful books on UX writing. The books reviewed in this video are the ones that will help you the most in your UX writing career, at least that I have found and that I have read. Now, if you think there are any books that we have overlooked, make sure to go ahead and drop the title in the comment section below. And thank you for watching the video and sticking with me all the way to the end. And if you feel like you have a better understanding of how you can get a head start in UX writing. Make sure to go ahead and like this video, subscribe to our channel for more content on UX writing, and I'll go ahead and see you in some of our future videos. Cheers.